Okay, Hugh. Hugh being the owner of the campsite I'm staying at in Adair. What does blasphemy mean to you?
I presume it's saying bad things about God, Jesus Christ, or maybe somebody else's religious views, but I'm not an expert on it. I'd have to look up a dictionary.
Hi, Tony.
Hi.
Met Tony along the route here, just on my way into Limerick. And Tony, what are your feelings about blasphemy? What does blasphemy mean to you?
Well, personally, to me it means like it's an offence against somebody else. Some people would go to an extreme to call it an offence against religion, but blasphemy is like taking anybody's name into this representative bad taste way, like, you know.
So do you think blasphemy should be a criminal offence?
I haven't thought about it very much, but maybe in a Christian country, if maybe it could be. But as I said, I haven't put a lot of thought into it. It's not a word we use very much. I think that people blaspheme all the time. They're using the name of Jesus Christ in their language all the time. A lot of people are, and not realizing who he was. And that's probably blasphemy. So if that was if it's a law, maybe most of the country should be locked up. If that's blaspheming, which I think in a lot of cases it is. Somebody hurts their foot, and the first words that come to their mouth are Jesus Christ, and maybe a few F's along with it. That to me, as I'm a committed Christian, not a good one maybe, but I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, and when I hear that, it's like a dagger in my heart. It does affect me.
So, John Buckley, what do you think of blasphemy? What does blasphemy mean to you?
Well, the prospect of the government bringing in a law to enforce blasphemy laws frightens me, I would say, more than anything else. But what I feel very disturbed about is the fact that if this does become law, that it's our children and future generations that are going to suffer. And I had an occasion this morning just to speak to someone about it and say that I like to use the word Jesus when I have an accident, and if I stumble in a crowd or that and I mention Jesus, the likelihood is that I could actually be brought to court, fined, put in jail, because there's no way I'd pay a fine for expressing myself. And this is what's so disturbing.
But blasphemy laws, I don't know. I have no straight answer for you. It's a bit strange, probably. It won't be enforced anyway, unless maybe somebody says something bad about Allah. Then you can be sure that somebody will maybe get going on that one.
38-year-old Paul Gill from Buncrana is walking the 625 kilometres from Mizen Head to Malin Head. Atheist Ireland says Ireland's law is currently being used by Muslim countries to put pressure on the United Nations regarding their own laws. Paul is currently walking from Patrickswell to Dooradoyle as part of his marathon 25-day journey.
Everything's going according to plan. I'm just outside of Limerick at the moment, just at Diner in Patrickswell. And I'm sticking to the 25 kilometres, thereabouts each day. And people have been joining me along the walk. I've been chatting to people. Blasphemy has been criminalised with a €25,000 fine. And my aim and intention of the walk is to highlight this piece of legislation and push for a referendum to actually repeal the law.
It's 4.5 minutes past 4. For more Limerick news, check out live95fm.ie.
Quote from Bill Higgs. I did that joke in Alabama in fact. These three rednecks met me after the show. Hey, buddy, come here. Mr. Funny Man, come here. Hey, buddy, we're Christians. We don't like what you said. I said, so forgive me. Later, I was hanging from a tree.
the outskirts of Kilkishen. I walked all the way to Kilkishen from Limerick today, and it was a good old walk with the bag, and I'm exhausted. I've just eaten, and I found a very, very quiet spot by the lake, as you've just seen. And earlier in the day, as you've probably seen on the film earlier on, I spoke with a guy called John Buckley, and he'd been in contact because he'd heard about the walk, and his wife came out in the car with him, and they met me and took me for something to eat, and they're a very, very nice, sweet couple. I've had a lot of encouraging, supportive words from people about the walk, and yeah, it's going well. I'm enjoying it. And by the way, this is day 8, I think, and I'll give you a quote later. Don't think maybe theological thought crimes are a thing of the past. The idea that you can say something about somebody else's religion and criticize that religion is part of a healthy democratic society whereby we all have opinions about others' religions, and there's no need for censorship of those opinions.
Oh yeah, I would. If I'm getting you right, I think we should be well able to discuss other people's religions and views, or no religion, and say we disagree with them, and say we even believe they're wrong. It's just how it's done. You know, we're not going to, once we don't shoot them because of it, fine. You know, we have to have that freedom to discuss these things.
So if there was a referendum tomorrow on a blasphemy law, would you vote to repeal that law, or would you like that law to stand as it is at the moment?
I couldn't give you a straight answer on that one just now. I would have to dig into it a bit more to see really what is involved, because I haven't really thought about it that much. I couldn't say. If the law isn't there at the moment and I wasn't too sure, I wouldn't vote to bring it in. I would never vote for something that I don't know what it's about.
Okay, thank you.
It's the first time I've actually heard about this law coming into effect, and I must say I'm pretty much against it. This law coming in, it's just really ridiculous. Like, it really shouldn't be there. It's really a Stone Age kind of law. So I'm pretty much against it, I'd say.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
And today's quote is as follows: "Free inquiry requires that we tolerate diversity of opinion, and that we respect the right of individuals to express their beliefs, however unpopular they may be, without social or legal prohibition or fear of success." And that's Paul Kurt's A Secular Humanist Declaration.
I believe that, there isn't really the conscious knowledge in our society about what it entails, and I think there's an onus on everyone to actually learn about what's involved in these blasphemy laws and to do something about it, become involved, join Atheist Ireland or the anti-blasphemy campaign, blasphemy law campaign. And I think, if we can do that, we can develop an awareness or a consciousness among the people. That's more important than scoring any other points, I believe.
Thank you very much, John. Busy all day today. I met a guy called Lorcan on the road out to Kilkishen, and he stopped his car and said hello, and I spoke to him about the blasphemy law, which he was actually aware of, and he took me in for coffee and smoked a few cigarettes, and we spoke about the blasphemy law and quite a few other things as well. An interesting guy.